It's tough to believe it was a year ago this week that the I-5 Skagit bridge collapsed into the river and sent cars and people into the cold water.
The bridge is repaired, but one of those survivors says he and his wife regularly relive that horrifying drop. And he spoke exclusively with KOMO's Elisa Jaffe. Elisa?
Mary, Dan Sligh and his wife were about to leave on a Memorial Day camping trip, pulling an RV, driving 5560, when the truck ahead of them hit the bridge and the roadway dropped out right from under them. A moment that still triggers nightmares and anxiety attacks.
It literally seems like it was yesterday. The approach to the bridge, Sally and I chattering back and forth at each other that it looked like the truck's load was too big to get across.
Dan Sligh recalls the loud boom and puff of dust that preceded his truck's horrifying plunge off the collapsing Skagit River Bridge 1 year ago this week.
I remember the fall, putting my arm on my wife's chest and saying, "Here we go."
Sligh thought those were his final words to his wife, Sally.
The water was already up to her mouth.
Sligh popped back in his dislocated shoulder, unbuckled his unconscious wife, moved her and woke her while he waited 90 minutes to be rescued. To this day, he has trouble sleeping and crossing bridges.
Hard to breathe. That's probably the biggest one, especially getting towards bridges.
He says his wife, Sally, suffers worse, shaking and panicking when crossing.
Eyes clenched, heavy breathing, talking out loud to herself. "We're almost there, we're almost there. Let me get past this, let me get past this."
In their small island community of Oak Harbor, they reluctantly rely on bridges and can't escape conversations about their close call.
"Aren't you the bridge guy?"
The Slighs repeatedly relive that day.
You know, it's one of the most heart-wrenching days of our lives when you think you lost your wife, when you think that you may never see your children again.
It's a miracle that nobody was killed.
The Slighs' attorney Chris Davis says he's considering a negligence lawsuit against the trucking company and driver that first hit the bridge, the pilot car driver and her company, and the state of Washington.
The state really didn't have any specific safety systems in place to make sure that that did not happen.
The state repaired the bridge, but the Slighs still find alternate routes.
The bridge that we went over or went down in, I will never cross again. Impossible.
On the anniversary this Friday, Sligh says he and his wife have turned down camping trip offers and are staying home and avoiding all bridges. Elisa Jaffe, KOMO 4 News.